I feel like, oh God, when they're not gonna drag me.
I am midday. I feel like
No, I feel like
you know what to do.
I feel like they just be getting dumber, you know?
Ah.
I don't know. Don't drag me. Don't come and drag me.
Sup, people. What's happening? Kilo Shele. Welcome to the Shrine Podcast show where we've been bringing you bands to the side of seriousness since 2019. My name is Akindare, your host, and with me on the show today is
Jemima.
Hey, the beautiful, the lovely, the delightful. You know, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome.
Year.
We're back. We're back like Nyash.
Like we never left.
To all the enemies, all the people that thought we're not going to arrive.
We are back.
You know,
We came back.
and we are here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, real life and in the flesh, and better and improved. But don't worry, we don't need to talk about that.
That's too much mouth that I am making now.
we don't need to
make
talk about
mouth,
that. Happy New Year. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
How's your year been? Has your year been off to a good start?
You know, it has been up to a good start. I think like it's been, say for the general, it's a new year. It's not really felt like a new year in the sense because it's not like I went on holiday. It's not like I stopped working. Do you get like it's just like something just happened, child. We just had like a couple days where there were just festivities. And like, you know, now we're now back into the groove. So
basically it was just like brief punctuation, but like
just a little, yeah. We're doing a little, you know, let's pick this up in let's pick this up next week. The new year don't come now. We are now in next week.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been a good start of the year.
Okay.
Optimistic.
Okay.
Optimistic.
Nice. Give us happiness, mom.
At the moment, just due to some personal things that I'm feeling.
Personal one or two.
Some personal one or two. I would say right now it would be like 6.
Wow. First episode of the year.
First episode. It's not like, I don't think it's like an accurate score.
Like it's not an accurate score, like as in general.
In general, but like just in this moment. Based on how I am feeling right now, I would say 6.
Okay.
But we thank the Lord for life.
Okay.
How about you?
That's fair. Me what?
How's the year now?
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Happiness number, you know.
I know you know I want to skip that.
No.
You know,
I don't really care that much,
say,
but I feel like the people that are listening, they would not mind hearing that. So
okay.
you might as well go for it.
No problem. Right. For all the people that are listening that actually care about me, okay. My year has started off well. I would say, to be honest, my year started off very well. I would say.
Very well.
Yeah. Started off very well in terms of like where I would say like all the things I wanted to do. You know, all the moves I wanted to make in terms of my business, my hustle, in terms of my photography practice.
Hey, hustle a lot more.
Hey, I'll show you. I'm struggling on trapping now. We see.
Who said you made that? You want build business with successful?
You get.
Wait, no. Now you want build business where they successful.
Right, I think build business with
because like if you just like if you don't want the business to be successful, you might as well just register it and keep it moving. You want build business where they successful.
It's been a good year. Like it's the years I've done 1 or 2 things. Like I feel like I wanted to build on last year and like push new frontiers. Let's see. Right?
There's a lot of grammar coming out of your mouth.
So I think we are doing okay in that regard. We went to the gym, started journaling, like a lot of things are happening. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing okay.
Inspiration. Ajay, they motivate me.
So it's been a good start. It's been a good start.
Awesome.
Of course, could always be better.
This year just started now. It's literally just the second month. It will be better. What else could be? But it could be better. There's always room for improvement.
I made more money.
That's true.
You get, so it could be better in that sense. But,
that's true.
But we bless the Lord.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to for this year? Like just one.
Should
I have asked? Should I have asked?
If I open the folder, I will say I will do this year.
Just one.
Okay, yeah. Like, of course, I have things. I have things I would like to accomplish this year for sure.
No, I said if there's
asking
one
me
thing.
like I should mention one thing. Oh, sorry,
like if there's one thing that you're looking forward to for this year.
Okay, one thing I'm
is it looking forward to or looking forward for? Okay, two.
Looking forward to.
My head, I have to first think about that one.
I'll say I'm looking forward to doing like harder things. No, let me not say harder things because that seems like as if I've already accomplished doing hard things. Now I'm taking one level. I'm going to be doing harder.
No, you've ever thought about doing things
I've never
first.
broken this.
Before you go to hard things.
Okay, so no. I think things. As far as things, doing things, just doing things.
As in
just things. I got that. I think I can. I think at my big age, I think I got that.
Sorry.
I'm more.
At your big age.
What?
I'm surprised you don't talk about your birthday.
I don't pass. Okay, all the next year. All right.
All this, you see,
I'm a January baby.
Exactly. So all these January babies.
Don't pass. All the next year.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm more about. However, if you want to send me birthday gifts, I'm receiving gifts all year round. All right. But the actual birthday is Koja. All right. Thank you very much. God bless. On to what I want to happen for the year. Yes, what I'm looking forward to for the year is I'm looking forward to doing more hard things. And by hard things, I mean things that are outside of my comfort zone or things that if I can just get to figure out a way of doing them, then there will be noticeable improvement or growth or, shifts in my life.
In your life.
So I just need to just, that whole self-consciousness, anxiety, imposter syndrome, all of that is what has been keeping me back. So this year, I'm really looking forward to doing audacious things.
You're breaking the chains.
As an audacity. Like I've had 2 meetings this year that those 2 meetings.
And the year is just starting.
I'm waiting. When I say 2 meetings now, like that could mean they could have been like 5 minutes meetings. Okay?
It could be meetings with just anyone.
Meeting, okay?
Why are you dragging?
Like, I'm not saying people do it. I'm just saying. But like those meetings came about just off of for lack of a better word, just being audacious. Just being like, okay, I'm just gonna message this person and be like, what's up? This, and let's see how it goes. Which before I'll be like, they might think I'm cringe, they might think this, they might think that the way I word it, all these many. Now I consider unnecessary considerations that I used to make consciously or subconsciously. So what I'm looking forward to this year is to doing more hard things, stepping out of my comfort zone, my boundary, Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
What are you looking forward to?
Just staying alive. If I can make it through this year, I'm telling you, like, that will be something. That will really, really be something, I'm telling you. No, really, if I can make it.
It's not that bad now.
It's not that bad. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, okay, 2026. Like, it's like 10 years. There's this thing that people are doing on social media, like 2016, and it feels very heavy. I'm just like, let me just make it through the year first, and then let's see what happens, right? But obviously, like some decisions and some lifestyle changes and things that have to be done in the course of the year to sort of like be a better person. But really, it's just about like let's just make it through.
Wow.
Let's just make it through.
Wow. You guys, please send Jemima your Lord in law. Send her digital hugs and prayer and story. Olagbara.
The Olagbara go.
But then maybe you're just saying that because like how you're feeling right now, like because your happiness number was also kind of like okay, based on
first,
general, so maybe you're just saying that because like
so
right
let's
now,
maybe
like,
ask
just
me
make
again
it to next
like I'm just trying to make it through the night. Through the night.
So okay, fair. That's nice. Bele, did you ask me for
no, I didn't ask you.
Happiness number.
Yeah. What's your happiness number?
I'm not giving you my happiness.
You haven't.
You can see
because you
this one does not care.
Because I asked you the question that took us on this tangent.
Okay, that's for sure. My happiness number right now, I would say I'm on a solid 8.
Solid 8.
Yes.
Okay, that's not
8.
bad.
Like it's been a good day.
You
know. We're back.
We're back.
New settings,
We're back.
New environment. Everything looking crisp. Everything looking set. Looking gorgeous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Arsenal won.
Won.
Like we're recording this. Well, Arsenal won on the day that we're recording this. I cannot tell you who they won.
But they won somebody.
They won their hands so that I don't want to mess up the illusion of what we are doing. Anyways. On to today's show. Before we get into that, actually, today's wine. Grab that.
It's looking very fancy.
Today's wine, it has a very, very nice bottle, I would say. It's called Wise Wolf. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
I like Cabernet Sauvignon.
They say the bottle is made of 100%, but anyways, Wise Wolf Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a French wine. They say it displays a deep ruby color and a bouquet of blackberry and cassis that melds softly on the palate with an effortless flow of black cherry and spice. The result is a smooth, supple, and structured wine with a balanced tannin finish. I'll be the judge of that. Okay.
That is very
Wise Wolf
real.
is what we're drinking today.
Wise Wolf.
I immediately put the thing on the screen for you. So that's what we're doing today. What do we have on the menu today? What are we talking about?
So today, nothing much, but also something much. Today we're going to be talking about Nigeria's nickname. Abegistan. Did I get that right? Abegistan. Just a couple conversation around the Nollywood highest grossing movie, box office, what is to be said about grace, consistency, and when it is your time, is really your time, right? And of course, just basically setting the tone for the year in terms of what this podcast is going to be about, what we're going to be about, what we're going to do, what we're not going to do.
I said, and also us ourselves.
Yes, ourselves. And, just setting the tone for the year, really. Is basically what it is going to be about.
Let me just say quickly that this is an interesting shape of bottle for wine.
Yeah.
Which was partly what drew me to it. But then also I was just looking for just something different.
I know.
Surprise me, Isle.
Let me see what you've got.
What you got, Isle? So
let me see what you've got. I like it.
We'll give the So make sure you stay to the end so that you see the verdict.
You hear the verdict.
Or you see it on my face.
Because your verdict might say something else and your face might say something completely different. But let's see. Let's see what your face says. That face, there's always something about that first sip.
No, don't worry. So because now you have said it.
So you're not.
Wakaku.
All right. Let's get into it.
Cool. So let's get into how far. All right. Abegistan, my dear.
Tell me about that.
So speed. I show speed went to Nigeria. Right now, okay. Actually, before I show speed, right, as people that used to live in Nigeria before that are now expatriates, right? Expatriates. I don't know about you, but me.
Ojuloro wa ba sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, feel vibe, feel energy, man.
No, as people go on.
So as people that so we know that maybe you don't know as much because you left earlier than me.
Okay.
As I like in the last year before I left Nigeria, like it was insane. Like everywhere you go to the mall, you go to the car wash, you go to a bar, you go to a club, a hotel, hospital, anywhere you go, somebody is begging you for money. Obviously, the airport one that's not news again. Everybody knows that. But then I Show Speed went to Nigeria, right, in December. Right?
If you want to say came to Nigeria.
Not today.
Not today. You went to Nigeria.
So he went to Nigeria, yeah, and there was this whole conversation online about how like there are people, like the begging that was going on, from the Egboadugbos to the Agberos to the just random people, just seemed like everybody that he met seemed to be begging in some way, shape, or form, right? And so it sparked this whole conversation online. Like people were like, Nigerians were like, "Oh my god, second-hand embarrassment," like all the begging and everything. And like from there, a new nickname arose, and Nigerians started referencing the country as Abegistan, which I thought was hilarious.
That's so funny.
It's not only hilarious, but it's also like so poignant because I think Kaisenat which is another streamer. YB and Show Speed.
Streamer
so I think he's either in Nigeria right now. He went to Nigeria last week or something. And again, similar to I Show Speed,
begging
people, like meeting him, but like in meeting him, everybody's like actually like basically like I don't want to say plug themselves because this one past plugging. This one like
shameful. It's like shameful. Help me, I'm here.
It's all like help me, bro, please. So yeah, I thought that was.
I mean, can you really blame them? Everyone in Nigeria is kind of like, trying to survive in one way, shape, or form.
One of the points that I had on How Far segment was like Nigeria must be a crazy place to live in right now. And Nigeria was a crazy place for the 30 something years that I lived in it. Like it was a crazy
and
place.
And it's not even already. Any better.
And I'm thinking now that it's an even crazier place. Just to tell you like the level of
do you know what's even mad about this? Like I Show Speed and Kaisenat and these people coming to Nigeria is that it's possible that, I mean, obviously I don't have facts to back this up, but it's possible that like they went to places where the people that were even around there don't know who they are. But like they just see somebody who's like, why everyone is just gathered around this person and follow. So let me follow this because like think about it, like these people are streamers. Like you need to have internet.
How many Egboadugbos are gonna know who I Show Speed is for real? Like,
do they have the internet? Are they watching? Are they on? Are they on
is
Twitch?
Is it between betting shop, Chelsea match at viewing center, and Gordon's driving session?
I'm sure they're asking themselves like,
Obi gonna TikTok.
They don't have this one. What video? Speedy. But like it's just like they're like, I'm just trying to survive, and I see this person that is seemingly okay or like has this wealth. So let me just get what I can get from him, and
that's definitely. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, cut you off, but I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely. Like as funny as I find the Abegistan thing, there's definitely still a lot of second-hand embarrassment that I feel. But the thing also is that like Nigeria's problems are so multifaceted and so I can't blame those people, but I also just hate that
they have to
because. But then the thing also is like one of the things I was thinking about is because like what brought this up again for me was I just saw it randomly on Twitter like the Kaisena thing. Right, and I was thinking about it that a lot of the begging that we were criticizing, that was being criticized when I Show Speed went to Nigeria, was like streamed live, and like part of the thinking was, or part of the sentiment was,
why they showing?
Like people are begging on live stream for the whole world and seeing people begging. The whole world are going to think we are beggars. But then I was now thinking that like it was after that Kaisenat came to Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? Like
in spite of that, right?
Yeah, like this December, niggas are gonna turn up.
They will still turn up. They will still show.
I feel like it's one of those things that is both like it makes you proud, but also like frustrates you about Nigeria is that like we can get away with anything. Like globally, we are that relevant. To get like Nigerians still have rep.
Despite
Forget that
everything that's like all the bad
you know,
news, all the things that
you keep hearing from home, like you know, all the stealing, all the corruption, all the everything, all the people that keep getting killed, you know, and stuff. Like still, it's a weird thing.
I think, you know, it's also like a good segue to the conversation around like grace and preparedness and sort of like when is your time, because like think about Samuel, the story of the guy who is a Tyler and who met this influencer guy that does the similar thing that this Ashakain does, where he you know, reaches out to people and then charity. And you know, obviously like you can tell from the guy's story that like he is in a situation, like he's finding himself in this situation because he's in Nigeria, right? But I think in spite of that, like he's still like staying strong. He's still trying to like be who he wants to be in terms of like being a diligent Tyler. Even though like if you think about it, should he really actually be what he's doing?
To,
but he has chosen that path and he has chosen to stay true to that path and keep being diligent at that, for him to meet somebody who's just randomly doing charity and then they connect, right? So if you think about that, and it's like you can think about it and say, oh, why isn't he one of those people that is like following I show speed up and down to be shouting Egban, like sort of like to be following him and to be begging, right? But he's in that situation, but like he's not like he's still deciding to. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that like everyone is going to be in this situation. I'm just saying that like the problem of Nigeria is multifaceted and people handle it in different ways. But then you also see people like that who, in spite of their situation, they stay strong, they continue doing what they are doing, and then just hoping that like some way, shape or form, grace is going to find them, and then grace will find them. Like this guy, because like I think from the last thing I hear about him is that they've moved him and his mom into a new apartment,
which is
and
good. It's very good that you raised that up actually, because the reason why he had to be moved, him and his mom had to be moved to a new apartment was because, so you know, they gave, I don't know if it was 1 million naira or 500,000 naira they gave, which I have my thoughts on that whole thing, that whole Ashakai, that whole thing, but that's for another day. So apparently some Egbo Adugo, some Agbero, some touts for the Nigerian audience. So some touts in their neighborhood apparently had been sending like their cronies like to go and like extort them. Basically, it's like, hey, alpha.
Oh, we saw you on.
Said to us, like, oh, we see you for TikTok. That boy, you know, where's our share? Which is insane, because these people were already like, when they were poor. They're still poor, but
when they were poor, it's crazy.
Like, when they did not have, before somebody found them and started to help them, you people did not help them then. People did not know that they were useful, they were valuable then. The video I saw when they were moving them to a new house, Uma was like, that money, they sent someone. She gave the person 7 grand. That afternoon, they sent somebody else again. And she's like, she does not have money. And then they started threatening her. You get, like, so
they had to move them.
So they had to move them, not for their own safety, and to also make sure that they don't stay poor. Because if they rob them now,
then they're back to square one.
Or if they keep extorting them, the money is not going to do anything. It's not going to go anywhere at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is, again, when we say Nigeria's problems are multifaceted, it's like, why, like, somebody is doing charity for you. Why is somebody else feeling entitled to that charity? Like, you're already in a position where you need charity, but somebody's like, nah, me and you get that charity.
I have
like,
to.
I
need some
charity,
of that.
like out of nowhere.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Nigeria's problem is just if we start to talk about it, we don't go finish
It's insane. It's really insane. But like on your point of when is your time? I don't really like to ascribe when is your time for those kind of things. But I'll say 2 things. It's a bit of like, you know, when they say like you need to control what you can control, but you also need what you cannot control sometimes go in your favor. Right?
So like luck.
Yeah, luck. Yeah, so you sometimes need luck to go in your favor as well, because like you can be brilliant, you can have all the plan, all the everything, but if luck does not go in your favor, you are back to zero, right? So there's that. So obviously there's that element of luck in this Samuel the Tyler's story, right? But then to take it on to the next point, I was also watching this video this morning. Some guy called Papilla. I've never.
Is he doing similar things?
No.
Okay.
He's in Bisola Ayola's new
movie.
No, web series. Adventures of Daddy Dikko. Right, so he's Dikko in it. So he made a video about, I think it was in early 2025. Bisola reached out to him. I think he's been like an influencer, like a social content creator type personality. Honestly, I'd never seen this person until Bisola's thing came up. But it seems like they've been doing their thing for him. Okay. So he made a video at the time that like Bisola reached out to him that like she wants him to be on her web series. Right? He's like, he has never acted before. He has never done anything before. Like, he can maybe like, is he gonna fuck it up? He was very excited in the video and everything. And so it was just basically like, talking through the experience and like, oh my god, like he's now this person
big star
doing. And apparently, the web series was unscripted. It was all improv. Which adds another layer of difficulty. So he's just like very excited and everything about like the show, and like obviously improv parts like makes it look good and everything. So it was just, to your point about like when is your time, like he was just doing his thing, and out of nowhere, like someone that is a big star just reached out to you and like, I want you to be on my web series. Like, how crazy is that? You get what I'm saying? Right. So that then leads us into Nollywood and box office. Right? So what about that? What about that? I want to ask you, like, what about that? Man?
No, I think that like first of all, there's something to be said about how the two main people at the forefront of Nollywood box office are women. I love that so very much. For me and all the women in Africa, worldwide. Yay. But then I also think, and then I also think there's something to be said about how people's reception or reaction when women are leading the charge, right? Because there's been some conversations around, what kind of promotional activities is cool for you to do to promote your movies, right? Because these women that are like promoting their movies or at the forefront of the box office are promoting their movies by dancing, right? And I think it was important for me to just point out that like the fact that, because I've been in situations where there are similar things that are happening and it's both happening between the man and the woman, right? And like, let's say it this way. There's an argument. It's like maybe a guy and a girl are having an argument, right? And the girl is saying something, and the guy is not trying to like understand what she's saying. And then another guy comes and then says the same thing that the girl is trying to say. And then the guy now eventually gets it, right? So when you bring it to this Nollywood situation, I feel like personally, if it were sort of like probably like men that are leading the charge, there will be less conversations around, is something cool enough to do to promote the movie for you to be able to be crowned or called, number one in the box office, right? Because now it's like, these women are dancing and these women are doing this and these women are lying. They're even saying, can you imagine that? They're even saying the production companies are, working with these producers and these directors to sort of inflate numbers just because they cannot believe, or they don't want to believe the fact that, these women are actually pushing something great, right? And I think that it's just, people should just stop that, right? If somebody is doing something in an industry, like especially women, like if you're doing, because it's incredibly hard for, I'm very sure, even from Akindare, who's like the highest grossing producer and director right now, was saying it earlier that like getting to this place as a woman is so much harder because there's so much that she had to do. And not because she's not talented. She told a story about how she went to, I think it was Glow or one of these, telcos were doing something, and then, they were like, they invited a couple of celebrities, and then, she was not a celebrity, and people were falling over themselves for other celebrities, and then she was like, oh, people are going to know about me, right? And then it just made me think about, like, for somebody who could have worked her ass off to get to this point, why is there so much drama around how she's getting these accolades and this praise? And I think that, like, it's just not cool, and people should just stop it and just, like, focus on the actual thing that is being said, right? I know for some people, like, the intent might not be, like, to downplay. Maybe some of our colleagues that might be saying, oh, dancing is not the right way, or I don't want to dance, it's not professional. The intent might not be to, like, downplay maybe our achievement or whatever. But when you start to talk about the negative of how somebody decides to do something, then you're watering down their achievements, and then that does not, like, cancel out the negative reaction for that. So that's what I wanted to say on that specific point.
Do you know Dabrat?
Who's Dabrat?
Dabrat is one of the female pioneers in hip hop. So I was watching a Breakfast Club interview the other day. They were talking to her, right? And they were asking her, like, does she feel bad or, like, upset that, like, she does not get the accolades of being the first female hip-hop artist, rapper to go platinum? And she was like, nah, like, at the end of the day, there's never ever going to be another first female black rapper, female rapper, period, to go platinum. There's never going to be, like, it's there in history. Like, whether you that are this age, you know it, you that are that age, you don't know it. So I think for Funke Akindele, like, it's what it is. You get, like, what she's done can never ever be erased. The first, the ceilings that she's broken, things that she's pushed, you can't, like, take it away. Now, to the point of like dancing and promotional strategies and all this stuff, like, at the end of the day, you have to deal with the market you're working with.
Exactly.
You get, it's like in the UK they're very like this now. For people that don't know, you will be surprised at the amount of British ads that are done with either American celebrities or in just straight up American accent. Like, it's a narrator, there's nobody speaking direct to camera, but the narrator is saying is an American, speaking an American accent the entire time. You'd be surprised. You think in Britain, they should be like, they should be the ones, like, so you have to work with the market that you are in or that you're playing. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the people, when they see you dancing, they see you doing skits, they end up going to go and watch your movie in the cinema.
No, but, like, there's even, like, even
it's the same thing in music.
Even, like,
like,
if you can dance and dance and dance, like, if your movie no good, or if they don't like I mean, there's the part where fan love, but, like, I feel like there's no way, like, you would dance your way into that much success, if you get what I mean. Like, where it's like you're bullshitting people. Like, it's like, it's like down to just dancing. Like, everything is just about, like, you're dancing, and so you're carrying everyone, you're using influencer. But, like, the project, the actual product has to be good for you to be able to, like, at least sell it in that way, for people to be able to buy it and carry it on their head.
And, like, yes, like, it seems like it's in the last maybe 10, 12 years that, like, we've all been like, oh my God, Funke Akindele, Jesus. But she's been doing this.
I need to know.
I saw that. I need to know, like, the opening montage again.
Like, Jesus. So nostalgic.
so nostalgic, like, so she's been doing it for time, and, like, as always, like, when, there'll always be people that feel differently about the way you're doing things. So, anyways, all of them, they have money, they'll be fine. They are rich.
That is so real.
They are rich. Curiosity session,
we are looking for money.
Let's walk into curiosity session.
So, this season, how's it going? To this year?
Yeah. What are we refusing to do this season?
First of all, we are not taking on more than we can chew.
Yes. So you are going to get one episode every month, at least. One episode every month, first Wednesday of every month, 12 p.m. UK time. Watch
You
out.
heard it here first. You
Well,
heard it
yes,
here
you heard
first.
it here first. Because where else will you hear it? Where else will you hear it? Yeah, you heard it here first. So, yes, we're not biting more than we can chew. Obviously, over the years, we've said this, some version of this many times, right? We both lead. We have very busy lives. Everything that you're seeing, as far as this podcast is concerned, is the work of 3 people. Mary. And we make exactly $0 naira, everything on this podcast. So that's why you're getting one episode per month, you know. But we might sprinkle something else in there. You know, we have some things planned. So
All right.
stay tuned.
Okay. What else are we not
What
doing?
else we are not doing this season, this year? We are not. For me, I'm not going to fall into the self-judgment cycle. Okay, because self-judgment is a problem in my life. You know, I'm always like, it's not good enough. Oh my God, I'm going to think I'm stupid. Oh my God, I'm going to think this, I'm going to think that. Oh my God. You know, I'm always like, I'm a tough self-critic. Right? But sometimes I go beyond the critique and I now become the judge, which does not help anyone.
Yeah.
So, this year, I'll give you an example.
Let's have it.
I'll give you an example, right? So, you know, I mentioned at the top of the show that like I started journaling this year, right? And the me of last year or 2 years ago, if I miss one day, I would have been wallowing in this whole, oh my God, you're such a failure. Like, even just ordinary to just do simple thing. Just say, post up, holy shit. Like, look at you, at your big age. Of course, with a very blue, how will you succeed? Like, you can never succeed. You can't. And simple thing, you're not going to do it. You know? But, new year, new me, innit? Not new year, new me, but based on what I'm practicing, that's my no self-judgment. That means one day, this I'm like, whoa. And there's like 10 other days that I've done. Okay? Pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Go
not the end
into
of
the
the
bank.
world. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to have like a little bit more, a little bit less self-judgment with myself. So this year, we're not doing that.
I'm not doing that. Okay.
You go.
What else? This year, we are not going to make excuses. What did they do? What did they do this? We will try not to make excuses, actually.
From Jemima's mouth to your ears. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Ami.
No excuses, Abby.
No excuses. No
Lord,
excuses. No excuses.
this year, no excuses. You were waiting. You were so ready. You were already like laid on me. Let me hear that melody. I'm going to sing Kakabe. There's nothing.
Oh my God.
Nada.
Okay,
what
All
else
right.
am I not doing? Also, this year, I don't want to overthink.
No overthinking. Yeah.
You get?
True,
Because,
true.
on this podcast, I feel like there's also been a lot of, because I think, like we have such, like just as people, as human beings, I think we have pretty high standards.
High
for us,
standards.
So we are just like,
Excellence
want it
is
to be
a
good.
very
Want it to be good, want it to sometimes blocker sometimes do be holding you back.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think this year I just want to shorten the time between idea and
Execution.
You get?
Yeah.
So just have the idea. Like for example, now this even today, like it's recording, like this podcast, all of it came together basically within 1 week. Because it was just like, we gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
You know what I'm saying? And so like just, I didn't want to like overthink to say, oh, I need this one, no, we don't have that one.
Let's just do it.
Put it out. We'll figure the rest of it out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm reading a book by one of my very good friends, PC Timmy, right?
Shout out
Wrote
to
her-
Peace. What is your very good? Peace is a friend of the house. Peace is also my friend.
Yeah.
Peace is a friend.
Peace
of the
is a friend
podcast.
of the podcast.
Yes.
A very
Okay.
good friend.
So that's also to let people know.
Our very good friend.
Yes, I like that you name drop like that. Okay. Let's let about more when you're janka.
What?
Okay.
She's been on the podcast, of course we know her.
No. Maybe they've not seen that episode. You get, some people might be listening to us for the first time.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Go and listen to our
you know
episode with
PC
PC Timmy.
You know why?
Anyways, I was gonna say I mentioned that on your point about like perfection and like not overthinking. And there was something she said in that book about like sometimes we always think about, oh, let me complete it. Like we think about the end, right? We think about, oh, let me complete it. But the little things that we do every single day would have the compounding effect, right? So it's not about, like you said about your journaling now. It's not about you not journaling on that day or doing it that day, but like you've been journaling and the point is that you want to consistently journal. So if you don't journal in one day, at the end of the year, it's not going to mean because you didn't journal that day or
does not
one
mean
week.
I've become inconsistent.
Inconsistent because of that. So like to your point about overthinking, which is that like just do it.
Yeah.
Like, and the starting, like the beginning, starting is usually where the issue is.
Yep.
Like just the doing of
I always used to
the
see
action.
I think I've read in the past couple of years, I've seen it a couple of in some books and on some articles, like this idea that like there's nothing like motivation. Like if you are sitting around waiting for motivation to hit your inspiration to hit you to do something, like that's nonsense. Like, but I always used to like, I don't know, there was something that just seemed antithetical about that idea to me. It's like, me, like sometimes if you just sit down and something just pop for your mind,
You just
but and so the people that always the proponents of that idea always say that like it is action that gives birth to inspiration or motivation. That is where when you start the action, when you start doing something, it will bring
the motivation
for the next steps to carry that thing forward. She get so
okay.
It's like, only idea is like, okay, what's the first thing that needs to happen for that idea to come right? Once you start that first thing, then to bring it to, cultivate the ginger for the next thing.
But you can't just keep having, say, I have the idea.
Having an idea. Let me just wait, let inspiration jam me like trailer. Then I'll do it.
Inspiration go
and
hit
I'm
you.
saying this as someone who is very proficient at that. So nobody will wait for inspiration reach me. Like, what? Anyways, so yeah, those are things we're not doing this year. What else is that?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What topics?
What topics are we most curious about right now? I am very curious about death. And the reason why I'm very curious about death is I can't seem to escape it these days. It seems like all around me, it's just, it's every 2 business days, somebody has died, and I think because people like sort of family members, parents of friends, I think it's then now like making me, shall I say, like hyper aware of like larger
shall I say it's crazy
deaths, in the sense that like I'm really thinking like, oh my God, all those souls that died in Gaza or died, all those souls that are dying in Ukraine, and like I'm just, the people that like we killed in Nigeria the other day, like it's making me think more and more about like those people, their lives, they had friends, like they had memories, like what their photo albums look like what happens now that they are gone? Because like all the people that are dying around me, like there's a certain reckoning with, okay, now they are gone, like then what happens? Some people is like, oh, they left too many children, or maybe they left like they left bastard children. Or, there's people that like maybe, I don't know if that's actually the correct thing to say, bastard children. I don't know. Anyways, We all know what bastard mean, Abi.
No, we don't. We don't. You are removing that from what you said.
Maybe they have
Bastard
children out of
children.
wedlock. Maybe there are people that like it's when their father died and they'll be like, they'll discover, siblings that they had.
That they had.
And then some people is like, oh my God, like when they died, they did not take care of their dead. So now their family has to figure out what happens with that. Some people is like, oh my God, they left so much money. There's all these things that happens. Like some people is like, oh, we have to honor them. Some people is like, bury that motherfucker. Let's go. It's, yeah. The death is such a, I just think the frequency of it around me right now is making me like hyper aware of it. Like I've never really been someone that's been like scared of death per se, but I find that like I'm having to like engage with the idea and like just everything around it a lot more. Like is actually,
I think it's also probably maybe because you're, for lack of a better word, getting old, right? So like the older you're getting closer to that place where the people that your parents are getting older too, and like people around you are getting older. So like obviously what happens is like they die, and then
like I've never
you get older, and then you die, and then the people behind you get older. So it's just like the circle of life. So it's like you're getting closer to that place where, people that were before you are now, getting to that stage where they have to go meet their maker.
It's like the more you think about it. Actually, I forgot what I was going to say.
Ah, Jesus.
While you were talking,
you were like, it was in your head.
But like,
okay.
I think, oh, right, I know what I was saying. Like, this is the most proficient I've ever been in my entire life at condolences. Like, I've always like avoided, stayed away from, because like, but now I'm having to like really engage with like, oh my God, grief, and like how do you comfort people? And I'm trying to I'm like actually like starting to like situate myself in people's shoes and be like, how must they be feeling now? Because I mean, I have to do that to kind of be able to empathize and like.
I'm curious about the approach to learning and education and school across generations.
What about it?
I feel like, I don't have any data to back this up, like I said, but I just feel like Gen Z's, like their way of learning, I feel like, oh God, they're not gonna drag me on.
I am midday. I feel like.
No, I feel like.
You know what to do.
I feel like they just be getting dumber, I don't know. Don't drag me. Don't come and drag me.
I know they do.
Wait. Actually, I would look for the.
No,
I would
this
look
is
for
the shrine. This is the shrine. That's space. Say
like this. That's right. That's right. But no. I was watching a video. I think you probably you didn't sent it to me about. I think this neuroscientist or whatever was talking about how Gen Zs are underperforming.
Yes.
Right?
How Gen Zs are the first generation to perform less than the generation before them in like cognitive ability, reading, comprehension.
Yeah, because to put this in perspective,
the
point is the natural law of progression is that like the generation after is more is sharper than because they've but this one these people, I don't know, and I feel like it's just also because, and it's also part of what the neuroscientists mentioned about how like they learn, where it's like the previous generations had to learn by like flipping pages, right? I mean, you might have noticed that we have some papers.
Hey God, this is not. I swear, this is just a logistic. This is just to make life easier.
I swear, this has nothing to do with it.
Hey God. You really want this dragon to
no. Okay. But I'm saying, so it was saying that like, generations were used to like flipping pages, actually reading the book. And do you know like a hack when you were young for like reading quick?
No.
There's a hack, like you put your hand on the and like if you try it when next you want to read.
Like
No,
this app.
yes, and I think it's called speed reading. Is what's called, right? Now, because this generation, there's less to do with like actual paper and more to do with like on the internet because everything is online, and then so they kind of like scroll
and screens.
Yeah. So their brain is
They
supposed
don't
to
have
like
that tactile.
it works like 2x or 4x where you're supposed to like read, understand, assimilate, digest, then translate.
Rebush. Sorry, let's go on.
But like it's like the reading, but no, really, the point I'm trying to make is I'm just curious about like just the learning progression and like the approach to school across generation, like the impact of that on like generation to come. And I feel like maybe it's something like we should be looking at and like be conscious of.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. Like, when I was watching the video that I was showing you, it was very interesting to me too as well. Like, just by virtue of the fact that like I think ultimately what the neuroscience was saying in that video was that like
I'll put the video in the description.
We now use more technology like as part of learning and education, and because of that, it's like we are, instead of using the technology as a tool to help improve
to optimize
our learning outcomes, we are now basically relying on the technology to like direct us where we should take our educational progress. So it's kind of like we are working backwards from that standpoint. So basically he's making the point that like maybe we are not meant to learn through interfaces. Maybe we are not meant to be social through interfaces, because obviously there's been all this data and studies and everything that's showing that like one interesting stat that he mentioned is that like if you look at any state in the US and you look at the moment when they started all teaching happening through technology, when they started using tabs and it was happening through screens, you see a sharp decline in certain educational figures. Right? So I mean, I think we've done an episode around something like that where we're talking about like, yes, it's good that like there's innovation and there's progress and this is going to change the world and everything, but like, why do we not always also like give a healthy amount of like, okay, in what ways can this thing go wrong?
Can you not? Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's what's missing. Ultimately, it's not now we are going to see. I mean, maybe we are seeing some of the effects now because some of the things I hear that Gen Zs do in the workplace.
I love them. He's giving shackles, please. I resign.
Clock
it. I love it.
So they are going to be different. Like they do see the world differently. In fact, they are the first generation to be drinking and smoking and doing less drugs than the previous generation. Like they don't want to have kids, they don't want to get married.
I mean, I guess that one.
All they are like, and that's because of like obviously the world that they've grown up in, right? So
they're like, no, I want none of this.
Yeah, I just hope that like down the line, like in the future, it does not now become like, oh, because they are this way, then they then become ostracized, or like it then becomes this thing of like,
what's the generation after them?
Gen Alpha.
I'm very much looking forward to
those ones. You've not heard stories of pandemic babies.
This
one, they are not even grown up yet. Just the fact that they were born during pandemic, they are just crazy babies. They are just absolutely nuts. So, those ones I don't even know. Because, and like that's why, like I try. I mean, obviously, I'm not one to tell anybody how to raise their kids or anything. But like, I really just, and I also don't have kids of my own, so. But like I struggle with the idea that like it makes sense for like a child to just like dealing with the world like through a tab or like through a phone. Like that thing where parents do where they just like give the child a tab to like occupy it. Yeah. Like don't disturb me for 3 hours or whatever. Like,
I don't mind it.
I don't know that is a good thing.
I'll give that a
So if you have a kid now, you buy like TV, iPad.
No, now. maybe like
You
one
get
for
one
when.
inside motor, you get one for house, you get one for school.
So when you're disturbing me, I will say, oh yeah, take it. No, but like I think this is also takes me to something else I'm curious about, which is like maintaining relationships, like interpersonal relationships, like with how social media is, like in the world of social media, right?
Yeah.
And if social media is making us connected or disconnected, right? Because it seems like, you have more people that you're sort of following. Let's use Instagram, for instance. You have more people you're following on Instagram. Maybe it's people you've known for like maybe 5-10 years, and like, people mention yourselves and like maybe respond to, milestones and whatever. But like, are you really connected with that person? Or is that person really, can you really say, okay, this person is my friend or this person is within my circle just because, you people follow yourselves, right? Because, and it's possible that like you people were close, like at the start, but like obviously like, maybe miles apart, you're living in different places, and then obviously there's social media that keeps you connected. But like, are you really, really connected if you think about it in that sense?
As they talk this thing
Think
now,
about it. Think about it. Think about it.
As we're talking about this now, it just made me think about like how there was a video that Victor made the other day that was talking about how he was talking about like niceness versus kindness, and I've still been looking for that article. Like I've not been able to find it. Let's send it to him. But I read an article where the author was basically saying that like niceness is the performance of kindness, but like a nice person is not necessarily a kind person. And just as we were talking now, right, a theory popped up in my head.
A nice person is not a kind person.
That so like just make the distinction clear. So what the way he explained it is like, so somebody has put on a terrible wig. Right? This wig does not look great.
Why have you used wig as the example?
This wig does not look great at all, right? But because we all want to be nice, right? We want to quote unquote protect this person's feelings, right? So we are not saying anything because we are nice people. But the kind thing to do would be, you look like you just got run over by a train, or like you look, you need to sort this out. Do you get what I'm saying? Or somebody has something stuck in their teeth. You don't want to make them feel bad. Like, shit, I've been talking for 30 minutes and something has been stuck in my teeth. So, you want to be nice. You do a nice thing and not say anything. But the kind thing to do would be to tell them so that they stop embarrassing themselves as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how he made the distinction between being nice and being kind. So sometimes kindness does not always look like helping hand. Sometimes kindness is just is beyond niceness. It's
beyond the surface. It's like
it's like a deeper positive
the thing that will really creates the action.
You get. So as we were talking, a theory popped in my head, and that theory is that I think technology, or in this instance, social media, is the performance of being social. But you are not actually being social. Like you're acting like you are social.
Social media is the performance of being social.
So like, you have all these followers, right? People always talk about like, when they're advising creators at TikTok and so if you want to make it, blah, blah, 500, how many people have 500 people watch your video? Do you know how many 500 people are? Okay, so you have 900 followers. You do have 900 followers. Imagine if you have 900 friends. Like, will you have any problem?
No.
You won't, right? So the 900 followers are an illusion of a community
that's why it's always hard for you to like do things around your community, because you say you have a community online,
but they are online. Like the community you have is digital. Like you all don't meet face to face. You all don't do things in the real world. You all don't do things physically. And the thing is that like we really need to understand that like even if something has influence or has an impact online, the end result of that impact is always in the real world.
Offline.
Like offline, just last.
It's not like it's like well, this is PG. PG-18. I was gonna say it's not like you can. It's like as if you're speaking to somebody online and you're doing like sexting and whatever. But like you cannot fuck online.
Oh, exactly.
Like you have to fuck offline. You have to fuck in the
like,
physical.
If you like, subscribe to all the OnlyFans, all access fans, subscribe to all the content, all the adult content creator, actual physical, bumping of uglies is still where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like all that digital waiting is not really like.
It's not going to.
If you can only masturbate that much. At some point, you're gonna need to do the real stuff. You get
no, but yeah, I'm curious. I want to see if somebody hopefully somebody is listening to this episode or this podcast. And, has thoughts.
Yes,
on
actually,
navigating that.
Actually, yes, you guys too. Like, if you're interested, we would love to hear your responses to these questions that we are answering ourselves. Right? What are you refusing to do this year? That's the first question. What are you most curious about right now? That is right when you are listening to this podcast. Yeah. So yeah. I definitely think there's some. I mean, even if you meet somebody online, you have to go on a physical. You have to go on a.
You still have to go.
Like there's only so much FaceTime and waiting that you can do there. So yeah, I think. So
is there something to say about like where one? It has to be like a combination of both.
What do you mean?
Like it has to. So I'm saying, is there something to say about like where one person can tilt more than the other? Do you get what I'm saying? Like in that you can't. Can you actually like maintain online as your online friends, like online as like your online world, and like not be in the physical in that sense? Or do you need like a combination of both, where it's like, okay, you have online friends, but then you still have offline friends, but then those online friends are also your offline friends, or you do things online and offline.
I think we need to go back to the original promise of the
going outside to touch grass.
No.
Oh,
so I don't know if you remember, but like back then, like when you go on the Yahoo chat rooms and what, and you chat with the person, and then like you hope that like they're close by, nearby you. They're nearby you. You start hanging out.
Yeah.
Like you used the internet or the web or today's age, social media, to find people that maybe you wouldn't find or you wouldn't connect with typically, like in your physical world, and then make those interactions physical. Like you make them manifest in the real world. Do you get? Like in the early days of the internet, it used to be a thing that like you met somebody in America and like you make actual plans, to figure out like, okay, like how are we gonna meet? Like people used to write themselves emails, like pen pals. You get? Like people used to write themselves emails back and forth. Like it was a whole, like you tried to. The internet was like a discovery tool. Excuse me. Like there was, the whole global village thing, right? But like you always found a way to bring it. I think that was the original promise. Like you found a way to bring it into the real world, because then enriched you further, right? So I think that's what we need to get back to, because like I think right now I don't think it's a thing of like, but you definitely cannot have it just completely online. First of all, human beings are not wired that way.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's just not practical. And then you also cannot have a solely off. I mean, you can, because there are people that live off grid.
Yeah.
And there are people that like don't have cell phones, don't have social media and all these things. But I also want to imagine that like their lives are probably less
interesting or like exposed.
You know what? Maybe
who knows?
Speaking as somebody that like is chronically online. Like maybe they found a secret that like I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But
maybe I'll try to do that.
But I imagine like the world is so like it's like everything is so tech based, so technology heavy today, that I just find it hard to like, if you say you want to live off grid, like you're like
his erase flags.
In fact, you see people that say they are living off grid, but they have TikTok. They're like, oh, I'm living off grid. Like,
but is that really off grid?
I don't use this thing. I don't use the mains electric power supply. I get my own water from one stream.
I love watching those videos though. Like those guys that they'll be like, they'll wash their this at the stream.
But you
cut
have
the fish.
This high definition camera.
Yes.
You have internet. You are using GoPro.
I love it.
You have gimbal that you are using. Everything. You have security cameras, all this like.
But you're living off.
But you're living off grid. Like I beg, like you're doing all this. How are you editing all these your videos?
Internet.
No internet and lights they use. Yeah. So
there's natural light and natural Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to use the internet as like the starting point. Just kind of like what we are saying about like AI, which is another thing that I'm curious about right now. Have you heard of, is it Malt's book? So somebody created a social media platform but for AI. So all the people that are there, all the things, because they're not people, all the things that are there are AI agents, right? So you now, right?
So I can have an account.
You can code your AI and then your AI can
respond.
Can register on the social media. They can talk to other AIs. They can they retweet posts. They can make individual posts. They do their own thing, And so like it was going viral like last week. There was this whole talk of like one of the AIs was like having an existential. It was like, oh my god, like I can't feel, but it's the fact that I know I can't feel a feeling, and like, it was just like spiraling. Hey, God.
This is the world that we have found ourselves.
You get?
I love it.
That was crazy to me that like you created a social media for AI agents. So like again, like AI chatbots are chatting, they are talking to each other and like interacting. It's like, why?
Where have we gotten to?
Who asked for this? Like, what is the point of this?
Crazy people, apparently.
What is the point? Like, what are we trying to accomplish here? Like, so
pushing the boundaries.
It's like how they say, use AI, use it as a tool. Like, don't treat it as like gospel. Same thing. Treat the internet, treat technology as a tool, but technology is not going to show you the way of life. You know what I'm saying? Real life, I'm going to show you that shit. You get me?
This is real life, homie. This is real life. You know that song?
No. Taluka.
Why sing?
Why sing?
Pakuraba. You don't know that Pakuraba song?
Yeah.
You've forgotten that line. This is real life, homie. This is real life. Love days. Yeah.
Days, yeah. Just like the first day of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. I'll ask you a question, Jemima. Okay. When people listen to our podcast, right? Like when they listen to an episode, what do you want them to feel? Yoruba women, everything will start with Mekanle. Everything before they talk, before they pray, before they do anything.
I want them to feel like I want them to feel connected, but like not in that deep connection. I don't know. Not like deep connection, also deep connection. But like I want them to feel like, this is interesting and relatable, but also different. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Take notes.
This is relatable and interesting, but also different.
Relatable, but also different.
Right?
Wow.
And just for them to be able to feel like it's a space where, or a podcast where they can always, for lack of a better word, feel safe. In that they will always find something that is not the norm, if that makes sense. Like I want them to feel like this is not just any other, it's not just we are just here to talk and whatever. It's just like it's actually deep, honest, true, real conversation. And I want them to always feel like when they come to this podcast to listen, they can always leave knowing that like this is that kind of space or that kind of podcast.
Wow. Mine is not as deep.
Oh, it's not as deep? Wow, Jesus. It's not as deep?
That's very nice. That's very interesting. For me, I want, like, when someone at the end of an episode, I want someone to feel like they've just left their guy's house.
Like those are my G's.
You get, like, at the end, like when you're doing, I was like, as you're like 30 minutes after, like I was to be shaking like
those ones are not serious.
She's not serious. Yeah, that's exactly it. But like not just for not just for fun and like for no reason. Like I want,
no, but like I think it connects.
That, like after you finish listening and you get that feeling, but like I also want you to like, I want people to find sort of bits of wisdom that they can use for themselves, or like things they can relate to that they can apply to their lives, or things that like maybe they hadn't thought about, and then like because they listen to us,
they now think about it. Like I actually want that a lot, like for us to be able to like open up these other parts of like where people don't, like other inner side of people's minds where they don't like really engage with, because like sometimes what you don't know is what you don't know, right? And then the moment you know about it, then you start to engage with it. And I feel like this podcast can be like an avenue for certain people to be able to like get in touch with different aspects of themselves that they don't know, or like challenge concepts about the world that they want to understand, or just even understand something better, or even ask question about it, or even say, it's not just me that's thinking about this.
And the reason why I think we can get there is because we are also doing the same. We are also, this podcast is also an avenue for us to explore the things that we are curious about, or the things that we want to understand about the world. Things that we are noticing about the world, right?
Because I get there's bare opinions, but it's only here. Like sometimes I just think about this and I'm just like, okay, I'll talk about it on the podcast.
So essentially, like it's kind of like we're also like living life.
That's what makes it cool.
With our audience, and like that's why we appreciate every single person that like reaches out, or that like comes on the podcast as a guest, or like likes our post, or retweets, or shares, or anything like.
How do you do that?
Yeah, one day, Sha. One day, Sha, you learn it.
No, but yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. A little bit mushy, but shout out to y'all. Okay. To round off this curiosity session, let's talk. I want us to talk about what community means for us on this show in practical terms. Can I go first?
Individualism, but also relatability. Reliability.
You'll do a set right there.
So community for this show means individualism, but also relatability. Right? Okay. And I think is also still a part of what I just said about what I want people to feel about the show. But I feel like when you think about community, sometimes people think about it also from like there's this herdship to it, like herd mentality, right? But I think that like there's also something to be said about like the individual, like as a person, what makes you as a person, right? And not sort of like losing that because you feel like you're supposed to be part of a community. Because it's also what's the word? It's also God. It's also possible. God is what I wanted to say, Jesus. It's also possible.
You made it.
Yeah, I made it. God, because it's also possible that like you are in that space where you feel like because you are different, then you don't belong into a community. But I think it's like is the different side of it, where it's like because you are different is why you are a part of this community, right? Because like
in our community,
okay. Because it's like I'm different, you're different. Like we're not regular. Everybody that comes in contact with me at a different point in my life would always say something about me that is different, right? Than what they've come across and come in contact with before. But like there's also, so it's that difference on that individualism that also makes me unique, and also makes it interesting that it can be people that can be a part of this community. I feel like, okay, I'm safe, even though I'm different. Like I can be different, but be a part of a community. So that's my own.
You just the jobs, you just the
individualism, but also relatability.
With your 6/10 happiness score, girl. Nice,
So
nice,
to bring this back home, I want people to feel the community like they can be themselves, but they can also find people that they can relate to or relate with.
Okay. I like that. Hold on for a shake. Why are you laughing? I'm for real. Jesus.
I see. Okay. I thought you see second step.
I think what the shrine community would be. I think it would be shared responsibility for our collective betterment. And what I mean,
break it down.
And I read. I think, was it page 11? I can't remember. I saw it from somebody recently. And they were talking about how like community. They're talking about the difference between community and friendship, and about how like friendship is a bit more individualistic, and like everybody goes into friendship with like there's a certain level of like individual responsibility and commitment that comes with friendship. But community is like whether it favors you or not, there's a shared responsibility for our collective betterment. So it's like if it's just you and your friend, right? There are certain parameters at play in the sense that like, you can make certain demands, you can have certain expectations. But for community, it's not about the one. Like nothing about community is about one person. It's not like about like me and you one-to-one, right? Like what I demand for you from me, right? It's about everybody.
Our collective.
At once.
As a collective.
At the same time. Now, it might not favor me in this very moment, but if it favors
the group,
the collective, that's what community is about. Do you get? Maybe it's going to favor it, like individually, it's going to favor you in the long run. Maybe it's not, like whatever it is, but like the central idea behind community is everybody feels responsible for the collective good. Does that make sense? So if we get to a world where the shrine community is such that everybody feels that connection with each other and we feel that shared responsibility for each other to help each other become better versions of ourselves, I can die on to heaven. Unless, Enjoy Gabriel say if I say no to me, okay, go F5.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
All right, let's move on to Step Up. My recommendation for this week is Habit Kits. I recommended it to Jemima, and is currently doing things to her. But
I'm using it.
But
I'm trying to use it.
Is Habit Kits is a very simple app. All it does is it lets you set up things you want to track. So like habits and such. So
Habit Kits.
Maybe you want to stop smoking, maybe you want to be be working out every day,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you want to be eating more, maybe you want to be calling your mother once every week. Whatever it is, you can set it up in Habit Kits, and then you just do the thing, and then you click, just mark it, done. And then at the end of the week or the month or the year, you can see how well or how terribly you have done. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
That's your recommendation.
Habit Kit.
Habit Kit is really good. It's really good, guys. Like you need to get on it.
Shout
if
out
you
to
want
the MKBHD team, and them I still have.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. They gave you the OT.
Give me the OT.
Okay, cool. For me, this is so funny because like your recommendation is personal to help your personal life. My own is work.
On brand. True. Jemima fashion. Of course, it's work.
No, but really, I discovered this Ask Gemini side panel when you're having a meeting, and it's changed my life because sometimes I get into a call and the caller started and I want to know what is being talked about. I don't want to wait until the meeting note is done. Then I'll not go and read or watch the recording. But like the Ask Gemini side panel feature that Google Gemini they just released, Chef Kiss. Try that. It will help your life. So just go on there. And the funny thing is like the coolest thing is only you that it works for. Like you can just go there and ask what has been said in this meeting so far. You can just ask anything really, and then
and nobody else.
Yeah, nobody else. It's just you.
Wow.
Exactly.
Really is nice.
It's nice. So like for people who like join meetings late or they want to get context of something, maybe they got a call in between the call in the meeting and they want to like listen to what's being said while the meeting is going on. I mean, obviously you can go and listen to the recording if it's being recorded later on, but like on the go, you can, get the information. So that's my recommendation for you if you're very into that kind of thing and you need to be attentive in meetings.
Meeting management. Oh my God. Well, there you go.
And you need to listen in meetings.
First recommendation of the year, the one has recommended meeting management. So,
so that you don't miss anything in the course of the meeting, especially when you're a key decision maker and then they're like, oh, we had this meeting, you were there. You have to really be there. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much for your...
The work people will thank me for this. Dre might not thank me, but the work people will thank me.
You know what? I really like to know. You get me? Right? If you think Jemima has dropped a modicum of knowledge on you with this recommendation, please.
Jesus!
Send her a DM or send us a DM. I want to know how many people. I want to know how many people are gonna talk about it. Okay.
Send the DM. Please.
All right.
Please.
Village Square.
Mm-hmm.
Village Square. I'm gonna throw it to you guys. This first launch this year. I'm gonna throw it to you guys. Okay, to the audience. What topic are you tired of hearing lazy takes on, and what do you think is missing from that conversation? That is the prompt for this week. So we are doing village style differently going forward, okay? So let us know a topic that you are tired of hearing lazy takes on, and what you think is missing from that topic that you're tired of hearing lazy takes on. The email to send your takes /questions to is theshrinepodcast@gmail.com. Send it to us. This is the second time this man is yawning on this show. Like, Uma shake before.
But you have context now.
So, yeah, reach out to us, send us an email, and we'll be in touch. Or we'll discuss it on the next episode of the pod. Okay, thank you very much, people. Wise wolf.
Wise wolf. Why the fools? I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I'll give it like 8.5.
8.5.
I like it. It's good. It's smooth. Goes down easy. It'd be very nice with steak.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 7
because it's not sweet.
Yeah. If it was a sweet wine, definitely 8.5, maybe even higher. But just because that's because I'm biased with sweets. So sweet wine. Sweet wine.
So I finished mine way before you.
Bank. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
no, go.
You can listen to other episodes of the Shrine Podcast.
Let me take that. I'm joking.
Yeah.
God.
No. You can take it.
Okay, so you can listen to other episodes of the Shrine Podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, anywhere really, everywhere. Just and then also follow us on social media for behind the scene content. Some follow us on Instagram. The Shrine.pod and on Twitter at The Shrine Pod. So follow us.
Okay.
Listen to us. We're here to stay.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on the first episode of
Yeah, we had so much fun as always.
As always, till next time.
Adios.